लोग क्या कहेंगे? I don't think anybody can escape from this question. Not us, not anybody that we know of. And how do we know we are not projecting that on somebody else as well? So today we are going to take this topic and see what we can do with it or how to deal with it. Hi, I'm Vivek Kapoor.
And I'm Geetu Purkayastha.
And you're watching Couple Tales Live, the colorful shades of grey. So Geetu, log kya kahenge is a perennial question, right? It influences our choices, not just personally but professionally as well. It influences our choices sometimes because we are so hung up about what will somebody say if I take this step or if I take this particular decision. How does one deal with something? Or is there even a way to deal with something like this?
There is a way to do everything. In this case, I really want to ask you, is it worth it? But it is. Becoming serious now. The thing is that when you say log kya kahenge, the first thing that comes to my mind is really, so for whom are you living? Are you living for yourself or are you living for the people, right? It also in a manner says that you're kind of seeking approval and validation and acknowledgement and wanting to belong to something, which actually if expressed differently is very beautiful because inclusion is important, right? Yeah. But it's also something where Vivek, in this session I'll probably have more questions than ways of doing it because those questions will make you think. So one of the things is that, so who are you living for? Are you living for people or are you living for yourself? Mm-hmm. And if you are giving importance to log kya kahenge, then for me it's living outside inside instead of living inside outside.
Just one, sorry to interject here, but man is a social animal, right? And we've always been told by our parents कि हमको रहना तो इस समाज के दायरे में ही है, so now that is such a strong conditioning in our minds, and then from what you're saying, how does one find a balance really?
See, when your parents said that हमको समाज के दायरे में रहना है, there are many meanings to it. So you're respectfully living with each other. You're including everybody. There's something that together you're working towards. Now, if you've interpreted it as I have to keep them happy, I have to, there's a difference. They're very. So it's about. I always believe that you should choose your happiness. And when you say log kya kahenge, then that brings me to the point, Vivek, that then you're living for whose happiness? Is it all about seeking the approval and pleasing the society versus actually what you want to do, right? That's important. It's important to prioritize yourself. Yeah. And this is so external, living so externally. Now if I say that, okay, maybe you're seeking approval, you're seeking acknowledgement, you're seeking validation, it's very interesting to ask, okay, so one, why am I seeking it? And two, how can I fulfill it from within me? That's an amazing leap of growth. So it's important. Please, yes, we are a society. Yes, it's important to. But don't make them so powerful that you forget to live for yourself and forget to become who you are, what you were born to be, right?
Doesn't it make me selfish? Because, I'm thinking about myself. So, again, that's the other thing that we've been taught, that, you're so selfish if you're just concerned about your own self and not about the, environment at large.
So, again, when you say that you're only thinking about yourself, that's exactly what I mean. That, one, honestly, Vivek, for me, there is nothing wrong in being selfish. Mm-hmm. It's actually quite healthy to prioritize yourself. Maybe self-centered may not be such a good idea. Okay, so it's like a difference between being assertive and being aggressive.
Actually, yeah.
Right?
Totally.
So respectfully do it, but really, I mean, I cannot imagine, and you know me, spending my life thinking log kya kahenge. By that logic, Vivek, this program that we are doing, I really don't know log kya kahenge. But it's okay,
Yeah.
they will, right? And it's okay. And we'll face what we have to face, and we'll learn, and we'll grow, and we'll go ahead. But it is important to think, what is this validation that I'm seeking? And also, what are you compromising, Vivek? It's a very important question to ask yourself, right? So like, a little while ago, Vivek, you were sharing that, you wanted to be something else. What? Please share that.
Yeah, so it's like, growing up, you're very fond of music and dance. So I was very fond of dancing, say, for example, and then, it strikes you that what is he going to do? What career am I going to make as a dancer? Or, if you want to pursue that professionally. So that makes you think, oh, maybe it's not the right thing to do. It navigates your thought process into a very different direction, So that, yeah, it does influence, log kya kahenge, it does influence your decisions and all. And I'm not saying professionally, but I'm sure even personally, sometimes you're stuck and you don't know what to do,
Yes, so that's what I mean. You're living so much outside in. Okay, you're earning for somebody else. Your happiness is dependent on somebody else. What you become is not even what you want to become. It's because somebody else. And after all this, I want to ask you a question. So today, how do you feel about that decision?
I don't know, it's all in hindsight, you can say. You don't know where your life could have been.
Exactly.
I have no clue what it would have really been,
So something which was so natural for you, you know what, if you would have done that at a young age, in 2 years, you would have said, you know what, this is not working out. It's still okay. You gave it a chance, right? But to now, all your life to have a question, what would have happened? I may have been very successful. I would have loved it. I just think, is this something worth living with that kind of a regret? And when we say log kya kahenge, like I said, it's you have to be responsible about that boundary. Correct? Because people are going to talk. Everything that they say, it is you who choose. What is it that, so if there is some wisdom in something, if someone is saying something which has a lot of wisdom, please learn to identify that and choose accordingly. Choice is a very big deal, Vivek, we underestimate it. It's a very big deal, and why I say selfishly choose your happiness, because I really believe a happy person makes happy people.
True.
Right? Because otherwise there are so many, I'm unlucky. I never succeeded, and so many people get affected by it. So what, go and please give yourself the right to choose. Actually, that's what I want to say. You know what? Please live giving yourself permission and visit definitions all the time. Okay, so yesterday what you thought about selfish, and today what you thought about selfish, and tomorrow what you will think about selfish. It's very healthy to keep revisiting and redefining these things, because as you grow, you're collecting wisdom, and that wisdom needs to be applied,
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, totally.
You can't, otherwise what's the point?
Yeah.
And for me to take birth and to not go after becoming what I am supposed to become because of some expectation, which honestly is something that I'm pressurizing myself. Nobody is pressurizing me. I'm choosing to pressurize. So if I can choose to pressurize myself, does that mean it's selfless?
Yeah, thought, yeah.
Right? And then does the other thing makes it selfish?
Yeah. And who decides that?
And who decides? You do.
Yeah.
And like I always say, do a trial and error, make mistakes, it's okay, redefine things, go out, fall down, get up. What else is life, yeah?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Great, yeah. That's really great perspective that you bring to the table. I think at the end of the day, if you actually think of it, no matter what we do or what we attempt to do, there will always be a different point of view.
And there will always be somebody who will be unhappy with it and somebody who will be happy with it. I rather I am happy with it.
And that's not being self-centered, but being selfish, because that's more inward. And then you're more happier to have discovered. So, irrespective of what we do, लोग कुछ तो कहेंगे ही.
Please Vivek, लोगों का काम है कहना.
But we do what we can try and figure out. But if you have any queries, questions, or you have a different point of view, please DM, and we are happy to take that on. But to do that, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell icon to get notification of all our episodes which come in. And we are happy to be here for you. And this is Vivek Kapoor.
And this is Geetupur Kayasta. Thank you for all your love and support. Please continue loving and supporting us.
And we are signing off from coupletales.life, the colorful shades
of
grey.